how do I get a job in the game industry is probably the most popular question, or some version of that. How did my son, or whatever, something like that. Yeah, I mean, it's a decent question. It's, again, I don't know how in a lot of ways, but there's a lot of schools available. There's a lot of classes, and you could put yourself in there, and you will be fine, and you'll be part of the machinery of going through, right? So then it's always a question of, how do you differentiate yourself? How do you get known? Because it's part of it. It's a creative endeavor, and it's something that, I mean, you go work at EA, at a giant studio, and be a cog in a machine. No offense to people who work there. There are people still expressing their artistic outlet there, or you can stand out. And my friend Eric and I used to have this phrase when we were growing up as kids. 18, we were 18, 19 when I met him. The things legends are made of. And that phrase can both get you in trouble and also help you. And so one of the ways it gets you in trouble, of course, is you do stupid stuff. Don't do stupid stuff. But it also helps you of always thinking of, like, so I could just respond to this. I could just do this, and no one's going to remember it, and it's going to be fine. Or I can go do something stupid, and people will remember it. When I retweet something, I always make a little joke about it, just so it isn't just like, hey, this is cool, but something else is a way to stand out, right? It's a little version of that. But I did a big version of this, actually, when I was at Valve. So I was at Valve, and nobody there really knew what I was doing, and I was working on the response rules system for episode 1, very quiet and very bad at what I was doing, and whatever. I was grinding it out, right? As one does. And at the end of it, they had a little award ceremony kind of thing, which is weird, and they were giving out these little plaque things, which I guess I should have had it here for this. It would have been better. But the first couple people go up on stage, and they don't know what to say, and they're kind of like, I don't know, like, this is weird. Thanks. And I just thought of, well, what do award shows normally do? Normally they're really gracious and they're humble and blah, blah, blah. Screw that. I'm going to do the exact opposite. So I went up on stage and I said, I'd like to thank myself for being so awesome. And just walked off, right? So then, like, 2 people later, they don't know what to say, and they just thanked me for being awesome. And that became the running gag. So that by the end of it, Scott Lynch, the CEO of Valve, who really runs Valve, just was like, I don't know who Chet is, but I guess I'm going to have to give him a bonus. That kind of gag helps. That's me, that's humor, but there's other ways to do it. Of, if you're an artist, some additional flourish you do to something you send in, or a little picture, or if you're an engineer, a little wacky thing you make and share out. But just always think of, like, there's a million people out there. You've got to put your content out there. You got to put yourself out there. And sometimes, if you're a writer, you use words. If you're an artist, you use art. If you're a musician, you use sound, music, right? So just think of ways that you can separate yourself from the rest.